Differentiates me from other chiropractors is that not only do I look at the spine, I really look at the whole person and the whole body, and I know a lot of other chiropractors do that too. But I'm not just looking at what's wrong and what's causing it. I'm looking at why. Why is this problem occurring? And a lot of times it can be from lifestyles, old injuries. It can be from dietary deficiencies. And that's one of the reasons why I got my master's in clinical nutrition. It's to help facilitate the healing so that the patient's getting better faster. And so a lot of the things that I use in my practice really help facilitate the patient to heal better and faster. And the adjustment is a powerful tool, helping people understand their own spine and posture and nervous system. It is definitely important, and it's also important that people understand that their body is a self-healing organism. Sometimes you don't need to bombard it with all these extras. You can just guide it so that it heals itself. So that's what I do. I use a lot of different tools in my practice. One of the tools I use is actually something called a Graston technique. I use a similar tool to the Graston called myotic tools, and they're really great for sports injuries. So say somebody comes in and they have a rotator cuff injury, which you see a lot in baseball players. They have pain here, they're having trouble rotating their arm here. There's people with pains like Achilles tendon in the back of your leg here. They have Achilles tendonitis there from maybe running, doing sports like that. And then there's also a common one is tennis elbow, where you're doing the backhand or golfer's elbow. A lot of people tend to get pain and numbness in the outside of their arm. And that's something adjustments can help with, certainly, if you're doing adjustments to the arms and extremities, but this really hones in on rebuilding the cartilage tissue and the collagen, and it kind of re-inflames the injury, but it helps to properly lie down the tissue so that the joint and tissue is healed properly, and it prevents further injuries from happening. And these tools are, just to give an example, this is one of them. This is something that I could use right with the rotator cuff. So it's just a mild scraping and getting into the scar tissue to break it up. Another tool would be good for, say, carpal tunnel. So I'm scraping inside the carpal tunnel just to get all those adhesions out, things like that. Another thing I use in my practice is a percussor. It kind of feels like a massage. My patients really love it. And clinical nutrition-wise, I use a company called Metagenics. They're for physicians only. You can only get them through a physician. And they're to help. A lot of the supplements that I use are to help chronic inflammation, chronic diseases. A good example is one I use. It's called the Phyto Multi. It's a brand new multivitamin with phytochemicals in it. So it has resveratrol in it, it has lycopene, great for cardiovascular health, things that you're not really going to find in regular multivitamins. Another product I use is really popular is the Ultra Inflamex. This is great for people with chronic inflammation like Crohn's disease, irritable bowel syndrome. Really gets in on managing the inflammation, the pain, and it just helps healing the gut tissue and just gives that body the extra boost that it needs. So those are just some of the ways that, some of the other things that I offer besides the chiropractic.